Hi guys, welcome to the Contender Promotions podcast. I'm your host Gary Bell. Today I've got some special guests in the studio. We've got Paul Venis, world champion, and Dave Wright, British champion. So guys, today we're going to hear a little bit of stories about Paul's fight career and his new acting career. We're going to hear a bit about Dave's fight career with myself, travelling up and down the country. And also guys about their new business venture, what these two guys have gone into. So it's going to be a good day.
Yep.
How are you doing, Paul?
I'm alright, man. How are you?
You alright? Yeah, I'm good.
Good, man.
How are you, Dave?
I'm very well.
Very well, very well. How's business?
Picking up.
Picking up.
Getting on it, bro.
Getting it started off slow, as every business does, but
Yeah.
obviously now word's getting about. Starting to pick up a bit.
Yeah. Did you watch the first podcast I put out?
Yeah. I watch bits
Watch
of it.
bits of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's on. It's on YouTube at the minute, Rob.
Spotify,
Yeah, so it is on YouTube now. We will start sharing that, guys. Pushing it
Well,
out.
it's video.
The video version, yeah. You watched the Spotify version, yeah. And what did you
Listen to it.
listen to? What do you think?
Good. Funny.
Yeah, funny. Yeah.
I need to download that Spotify. I don't have it.
Yeah. Well, you get everything on there. Music.
It's like SoundCloud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a caveman when it comes to phones, mate. Honestly, I have no clue.
Spotify, though, I reckon's the best for podcasts, only because none of it's censored and edited and apparently, I don't know, I'm not no tech wizard, but Spotify's supposed to be
Honestly, I've been doing a few podcasts lately, and the only ones I don't even watch my ones back. The only ones I watch is Joe Rogan.
It's Joe Rogan.
I can't bring myself to listen to stuff like that. I need to start doing it. I just my patience and I get restless and stuff like that. But I don't mind watching stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I was watching last night. I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast live. With the presidential election with Biden and Trump. So it was a bit weird actually watching it. Like seeing him doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. But Joe Rogan's podcast is mint, isn't it?
That was unbelievable.
So
it's unbelievable.
I tell you what, I used to watch quite a few years ago now, when I think he was the first person to start these podcasts off. Was
Podcast.
It was like it was set out like a cartoon. It was called the Ricky Gervais Show, but it was a podcast with Steve Merchant, Ricky Gervais, and Carl Pilkington. The three of them doing a podcast. But what they'd done was they animated the podcast.
that'd be that's quite
so
cool.
funny.
Yeah. Have you seen the Mike Tyson one?
With Joe Rogan?
No, not the one with Joe Rogan. He does one himself, doesn't he? It's like filmed in black and white. I can't remember the name of it.
I've seen him on Joe Rogan. He was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, he was good. He's been on twice now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
What do you
smoking joints?
Well, he always does Joe Rogan. That's like second nature for them guys on there, chilling, isn't it? But
Tyson Ranch. That's his
Tyson
thing,
Ranch, yeah, Tyson Ranch.
He's got his own weed and stuff. He's got a big ranch. He grows it on and that.
What do you think of Tyson fighting Jones?
We just talked about that this morning. We've seen Roy Jones's road work.
Looks like he's running on prosthetic legs.
Yeah.
Because they're on the road, aren't they, Joe? It's like one thing that does me in about the fighting game now is they're not knowing when to stop. I think Mayweather hit the nail on the head when he stopped, perfect.
Yeah.
And he's only coming back to fights when he knows he can win. I mean, Mike Tyson was up there with the best for me. I loved him.
Same here.
But then, Danny Williams, no disrespect to Danny Williams or that, but Danny Williams sparked him out, knocked him out, finished him.
And then Kevin McBride.
That's what I'm saying. So I think...
Well, he's still a goat, isn't he? Oh, he is.
Yeah.
To me, anyway, he'll always will be.
Well, look, the way I like to fight heavyweights and knockouts and all that, then he's perfect. But I think the more I've sat back now, and because I don't like the boxing game now, the way things are. I liked it when I was growing up. I got a fucking video player. Our dad got me a video. It was called The Fabulous Four, and it was Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, and Marvin Hagler, all fighting for one belt, one championship belt. That's it.
Yeah.
And when you watch boxing in them days, and even in the heavyweights, when like Vanderfield were fighting Sugar, what was his name, Rick Bohr, and that everyone was in the prime and everyone was fighting for one belt, and it was mint. It was mint. You watch boxing now, and like there's that many different belts and that different champions, and you're thinking
avoiding that fight because they want to fight.
Yeah, I just think it's. The best one to fight the best.
It's always to protect.
And as you see with other sports, what I've found is other sports like especially like the likes of I would say the kickboxing and the Muay Thai, like them guys just like they'll fight the best,
Yeah.
even more than once.
That's it.
And the awe is not so important, but they want to fight the best.
That's it.
At that time.
What we're saying there is about the boxing now is I've sat back now and it's very rare I watch a boxing fight.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't miss it because there's never nothing else on, but you want to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
It's like that. I've went back through YouTube and just watching fights and I'm obsessed with the Mickey Ward and the Turo Gatti fights.
Yeah.
I watch them over and over again. As soon as I'm sat bored, I'll just watch
them. Yeah.
But then I hated Mayweather when he boxed. I hated him. I was too boring. I couldn't pay to watch him. Oh, it's terrible.
Because he was the same every time.
Yeah, but now when you go through his fights and you watch him on YouTube, you think it's
he's a master, isn't he?
It's mesmerising. Yeah. So I disagreed. I was always with Mike Tyson. He's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. He needs security guards to take his children to school and all that stuff. I totally agreed with him. But I've gone back and watched. Mate, he's the best ever to do it.
Yeah,
that's what I think now. Only because look at Canelo now. Canelo's probably the pound for pound at the moment. You see what Mayweather done to him. And I watched that fight live and I was so mad, so pissed off. Watched it with my old man, dad. And me and him were looking at each other thinking, I can't believe I paid for this. Fucking shy. Going to bed, upset, can't sleep because you're feeling you just paid for that shite. But then I watched it again over on YouTube and you think, it's fucking magic.
Yeah, I think when sometimes when you watch things back as well and you're like you appreciate the skill level of some people, don't you?
I mean, I watch Mike Tyson's. I like reels more than I watch Mayweather's.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, the more I've looked at it and studied it and looked through it, you think, do you know what?
You become more than a fan.
Yeah. Well,
I was looking at that there. Remember when we went to see him?
Oh, Tyson, yeah.
My days. How fat was he then?
Boy, he was big then, wasn't he?
He came on stage, all he done his way.
He was at a real...
Poured loads of salt on his dinner, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ate loads of his dinner and went...
Isn't he falling asleep?
Went off, right? And I went, where's fucking Mike Tyson here? Paid about fucking 80 quid for this. It was 75 quid a ticket. I'm like, where the fuck's Mike Tyson then? Anyhow, someone come and says, Mike's just gone back to his hotel room and lie down for a couple of hours.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
And then he come back out about 2 hours later when everyone was like getting restless, going, where's Mike Tyson here? Do you know what I mean? I want to see him and that. Came on, he went, I've been boxing since I was like 13 and I see Costa Marco took me on my guidance. And
sounds like him.
Yeah. That was me in my boxing career, and then I went to jail. And then he fucked off. We were like,
I think though, Tyson at that time, like, what year was that on there? Is a year on there?
It was 2008 or something.
It was years ago, we went there, but he must have been in a bad place then. He was massively overweight, weren't he, as well? Like he was. He didn't look like the guy you thought. Like, look at him now, see him on a Joe Rogan podcast.
I was mesmerised by his aura, and everyone was like, Mike Tyson. I was like, fucking, how much salt's he putting on his dinner?
You were copying off him thinking you're going to fight like Tyson, weren't you?
He was like, what's me fighting now? I'm Tyson.
The meal of champions, all this salt.
Speaking about Tyson, I think if Custer Martin is dead alive, I don't think he'd have been beat.
You don't think he'd have been beat? No. I think it was that path and the mentorship.
Yeah.
Like
look, he had no guidance as a child. Custer Martin took him, went and lived with him. All of a sudden, he's getting disciplined. He's got guidance. He's got a purpose. He's got all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, Custer Martin dies.
Yeah.
He's
then all the leeches that Custer Martin was keeping away.
Yeah, cling on, didn't
they? I don't know. His story's sad. I've read him when he talks about his story.
He actually gets upset himself.
For me, personally, if there's any GOAT in this room on all of these in here, it's this guy, man.
I thought you were going to point at me there.
This guy. Badr Hari, man. Badr Hari.
Yeah, Badr Hari's the boy.
I don't know. I like Ernest Oost.
Ernest Oost is the man, yeah.
Yeah, I like Badr Hari, and I like that. Look, you know what?
They never fought, did they?
There's no sport like K1. Not in a million years, but I just think when I watch K1, I like reels, which I can do constantly every day. I always go back to Ernest Oost, leg kicks.
Everything's the proper Dutch style, that though, isn't it? Just the way he fights.
Fucking unbelievable.
Brutal. He's mint with them kicks, isn't he? The way he drops them in, liver shot, boom, boom. Yeah,
unbelievable.
The way he does his leg kicks, Oost is like, it's the perfect. They look effortless.
It's like it's all like, boom, like a floppy fucking leg.
Just the way it goes down, it is.
Chops.
I bet one of them taken one or three. Fucking knack, wouldn't it?
I remember the first ever leg kick I took was off a 9-stone ring and wet lad.
Yeah.
Lovely lad as well, lots of respect for him. He was a good fight as well, Leaf Taggart.
Yeah.
You take a leg kick then? Yeah, well, You little bastard.
Yeah, nearly crying.
You do that again, I'll strangle you. Right, he just walked. I was like, what the hell? What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
He fucking killed us, but you know, it was the best thing I ever done was learn how to kick a leg.
Yeah. You don't even like appreciate or understand the damage you can do until you feel one.
I heard him say, what's his name? The fucking guy who's all over Instagram. He's fucking brilliant. You know him? Is it Harrison?
Liam Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on how fit you are, you'll recover from a punch in like 10, 20 seconds. But a leg kick after a fight, 2 or 3 weeks, you're not walking right.
Yeah, I think Liam Harrison's got the most brutal leg kicks in fucking England.
Mate,
Easy
do you know what it is?
Well,
do you know what it is?
You want him in the world, yeah.
I see. I'm not afraid to say this. I'm obsessed with the guy at the moment.
Yeah, Liam, he's fucking.
I'm obsessed with his social media. I'm obsessed with his highlight reels. I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm watching.
Oh,
that inside. Oh.
I used to be my favourite fighter of all time. To be fair, was Mike Zambidas.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved him. But that was right at the beginning of my K1 career when I was just all about just swinging and fucking knocking out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, man. But that's what I was obsessed with. Then as I progressed in the K1 and started learning techniques and stuff like that, that's when I become more Ernest Oost, more like watching the lads who were mint with the legs, they put the chopping and all that, do you know what I mean? And now when I'm seeing this Liam Harrison with his leg kicks, it's like 3 and 4 at a time, bang, fast. You're like, fucking hell. Unbelievable watching it.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get a shot at the title with one. So, before he retires.
Deserves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's...
I don't like he jumps up and down weight. Because I think as soon as he steps up weight, he's vulnerable.
Yeah.
He's vulnerable and I say I've seen him lose once or twice, do you know what I mean?
Was that when he fought Petch Moricott?
I think
Petch
so.
Moricott's fucking animal, isn't he?
He's a beast.
Fucking animal.
But
Liam said.
But he was massive compared to him, wasn't he?
Yeah, massive, yeah.
And he done it in Glory. He fought in Glory as well, didn't he?
Liam's fought twice in Glory.
He got beat, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think he was was he at the right weight then when he got beat?
I can't remember.
Because he's a nightmare for taking fights on short notice and stepping up weight when he's not in the best shape. I follow him. I've been following him, been listening to him and all that. He's been on Joe Rogan's as well, hasn't he?
He's got his own. Liam's actually got his own podcast as well.
Has he?
Yeah, kicking it. So that's good as well. He's had some funny guys on. He's got one, with this fucking comedian guy, right, who does like loads of mad voices. Tyson Fury's dad and that does like. Sounds exactly like him.
And all that.
Yeah, he does them all.
Does he do a lot of footballers as well?
I don't know about football. I don't watch football.
Tyson Fury's and Conor McGregor's one's on point, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've seen him.
Mint,
I've seen him. Yeah.
Well, one championship's taken off, isn't it?
I've only just started watching it the last few months.
Have you?
Do you know what? I've never missed a UFC show. I've been mad about UFC. I'd be lying if I said I don't enjoy the grappling now, but I first I hated it. But then it was him who mentioned one champion. I tell you what, Demetrius Johnson switched over to one championship. Yeah. Was it last year or beginning of last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was something like that, yeah.
When he switched over, that's when I thought, well, what's this one championship? And that's when I started watching it on YouTube, and then obviously you were mentioning it, he was mentioning it, and then it's massive now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's doing well, and it's catering for all styles as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's because to do MMA as well, and I think that's got a bigger fan base than kickboxing and Muay Thai.
It's Asian based, isn't it? Like Chinese, Japanese, all them over there. Is that because there's a lot of them fighting on it, isn't there?
Yeah, but they're all over as well, and he's signing everyone, to be honest.
Yeah, who's the guy who runs it?
Chatri, yeah, and he's signing everyone. So it'd be interesting to see how it plans out, but I'm interested in, like, I like glory kickboxing, so I'm interested in that, and I'm a bit gutted the fight between Benny and Badahari's not going ahead with him having coronavirus. I talked about it last week, but apparently it's going ahead for November now, which is going to be good. So,
fucking coronavirus now.
Yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole there.
No.
I know, it does your head in. But yeah, it's like I say, it's affected my business now personally, like, and other my friends who've got gyms. So like now we can only train like pro fighters. Yeah. At the minute, so the doors are going to be shut. Fucking no kids here. So it's crazy because I teach at a school as well. Yeah. And the school I teach kids, but I can't even teach in my own school. Like, it makes no sense, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Go back to that Glory kill on there, guys. See the glory now. Are they putting any shows on with no crowds at the moment?
Well, they were, weren't they? They were supposed to be doing one. I think it was coming up. I can't remember when it was, but it was. But then they cancelled it, didn't they?
I was going to say, I ain't seen no more advertising of it since.
Yeah, but it was only
Benny was fighting.
Yeah, Barahari. Yeah, but then Barahari got coronavirus, didn't he? So they cancelled the full show on that. Because Grown Hart was fighting Cedric Dunbar as well, weren't it? Yeah,
it's going to only be pay-per-view, isn't it?
I know, but why aren't other? It's like Eddie Hearn saying, "Oh, she's always not fighting," or whatever. Oh, a little. You want one? You want a diet?
Faster than that.
Time's it?
Better save 2 of them for me for 2 o'clock.
No, you don't.
Time's
need
it
one.
now?
1 o'clock.
There's one for you, Rob.
Knock it now, Roth, man.
No chance.
But let's
Discipline that, innit? That's discipline that. Nice season, the guys.
These are too nice.
Fucking knobheads.
But Paul, tell us a bit about your fight career. How you going into it? Why me and Dave Wright and have a nice donut to you.
Sounds nice, that like. Well, I've been a fighter all my life, like, but not for the right reasons. Street fighting and doing all that unlicensed boxing and.
Have I got 2 of these?
Asshole. Yeah, just crack on. I'm fussed. He's got the shitty ones anyway. I like the custard ones. They're just cream filled, aren't they?
Very nice.
Yeah, I was fighting all most of my life doing the bare knuckle and white collar boxing and all that crap. Untrained, by the way. Like just fucking jumping in and doing it. And then obviously my life took a fucking bad turn for the worst, you know what I mean? Went to prison. Long story short, when I got out, something flipped in my head where I didn't want to go back, and then there was a local gym, Impact Martial Arts. One of the lads was running it, a South Bank lad, Alan Chapman, ended up using it for to keep me out of trouble. He said, come to the gym, keep out of trouble, don't need to pay for it. Yeah. And I was forever grateful for that, you know what I mean? Started training, bits of kickboxing with the daft trousers on and all that, which it's not daft, like, it's still a combat sport, you know what I mean? I still enjoyed it. I was doing that. Never had a fight, but I was training it for about a month and a half. And then a lad come down sparring heavyweight. I can't remember his name. Big ginger lad. He was fighting for a world title in Italy 3 weeks' time, and he was sparring with Gibbo.
What gym is he from?
He was from South Shields. Tall ginger lad.
Jamie Moore.
Yeah, that's it.
Jamie Moore.
Cool
lad.
Yeah,
cool lad,
isn't he?
He come down sparring and that, and I think Gibbo had only done a couple of rounds, and they just said, "Dan, do you want to jump in and do some sparring with him? Jump in." And I was like, "Yeah, will I?" Jumped in with him and that, and I fucking battered him. Yeah. No disrespect to James, he's a good lad, you know what I mean? And he was brilliant, miles better than me at the time. But I was just too much for him, do you know what I mean? I was just too much for him. And I took to this sport, like the combat sports, the boxing, and I was dedicated because I was on a right path, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was dedicated to getting fit, to learning the art of fighting and combat sports, and he just couldn't live with me. Do you know what I mean? I was too much for him, too strong for him. This guy, and I got a massive confidence boost after I'd done one round with him, because the coach went in the corner, hold on, take it easy on him. And I was like, fucking hell, I've never had a fight before. Yeah. He was like, fucking power down, take it easy on him. And I was like, fucking hell. So anyway, long story short, I ended up having a couple of fights, kickboxing, and then I think it was like sort of Leif Taggart and another kid were in there doing K1, so I was like, oh, what's this? And they were like, oh, leg kicks and doing this and all, none of that, 10 kicks above the waist and all that. Everyone I was fighting was like fucking 6'4". Yeah. And I was like barely 6 foot. I'm fucking kicking no one in the head. So I just transitioned to that straight away. And I fucking loved it. I just thought, fucking hell. I had a decent football background, I had a decent right leg on us. Once I got that technique right with that leg kick, that was it. I was away with the mix. I fucking loved it. And Alan jumped on board. It was he'd had a few Muay Thai fights. He'd had a couple of MMA fights. So he was well schooled, well trained, and he just lived and breathed it with me every day. I was in there 9 o'clock. I was going home at 2 o'clock, pick the kids up. I was back in at 5 o'clock, and I was getting home at 9 o'clock. Yeah. I mean, I was fucking dedicated. I loved it, and I become obsessed with it, and yeah, I just fucking killed it. I killed what I could, you know what I mean? With fights I could, in a short period of time, I think I've done all right. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, I believe a couple of lads who I was fighting and that were probably better than me. Yeah. But I just believe I was born to do that shit. No, I was born to fight. I mean, you know what I mean? I was made to fucking stand in a ring and get punched.
Yeah, I think we were talking about you last week on a podcast. We were talking about the fight with Chris Cooper.
Yeah.
So, And we were saying, like, Chris is a good fighter, isn't he? Like, totally strong. And it was mad because he came from nowhere.
The thing is, I was meant to fight a man called Elman Zivic or something.
Yeah.
And trained my ass off for him, was fucking prepared for him. And then 3 weeks before the fight, he couldn't get a visa. So I fucked off on holiday.
Yeah.
Because I thought the show wasn't going on. I fucked off on holiday. When I comes back, it was about beginning of the week on the Monday. They went, oh no, we've got Chris Cooper now on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And my head went a little bit, but my ego, my ego just went, yeah, sound, no problem.
What were you doing all day? Were you just drinking and eating?
Oh, it was fucking. Just letting everything go, do you know what I mean?
You'd already been in fight camp, so it was like, oh, I'm not fighting. Fuck.
Yeah. But I was only like 2 or 3 weeks into a fight camp, so I wasn't really fighting fit anyway.
Yeah.
So I was just half fit. Yeah. And I'd fucked off to Gran Canaria. And then when I'd come back, they were like, oh, we've got Chris Cooper now. So I was still looked in shape. I was still looked ripped in shape and stuff like that. But like I was unfit. Yeah. I remember Nathan took me on the pads in the fucking changing rooms. Yeah. And I was like, stop a minute. He went, what do you mean? You fucking fighting here? What do you mean? I went, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. He went, you what? I said, I'm fucked, mate. I was smoking as well. I was aware, do you know what I mean? I used to always stop smoking me for fights. I used to always stop smoking for fights. I would have a fight. So when I had the fight, I would have boom. But I was smoking like fucking 20 a day and all doing that, do you know what I mean? I was fucked. So when that's one fight I fucking hate on YouTube. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I look sloppy. I look terrible. I look out like I just look haggard. Do you know what I mean?
Got the win, though.
The first round, I was reaching for him. I was trying to. He was catching me. He was doing this and doing that. But to be fair, after the fight, when he was good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? He had a good credentials. He's like a fucking legend in the UK K1. Do you know what I mean? And I had a lot of respect for him. And I don't think the fight should have been stopped when I fought him. Me.
You don't?
No. I caught him with a beauty in the second round. I think when I got tired, sometimes when I got tired, I become more composed because I just want to take your head off. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to take your head off. So when I get tired, I become more clever and I'm aware of my tiredness. So you start picking and you're more careful with your shots. Yeah. And I think that second round, I sort of composed myself, and then I just waited for the poof and then caught him. But I've watched it a few times on YouTube, and I always think it was nice. He could have kept on going there. And I definitely put him to sleep, 1,000,000%. Yeah. 1,000,000%. And I think I kind of wanted that. Do you know what I mean? I think I kind of wanted that. It would have looked better. Do you know what I mean? And I think it was like, what do you think? Do you think it was? Have you watched it?
Yeah.
I think it was stopped. I think it was stopped a bit prematurely, don't you?
It's one of them, isn't it? Like, you can go back to this same scenario again. Like, look, remember the Tyson Fury fight when Wilder knocked him down? Like, honestly, you could give that to 9 other referees and they would have called it.
Wouldn't have even started counting.
They wouldn't even start counting because he looked like he was dead.
I get that, yeah.
And it's fighting's such a funny game, know what I mean? And
see many times where the refs just jumped in straight away, just put them into recovery position.
I think as well you need to respect the referee's decision at that time. He's watching the fight as it's going ahead, like he or she has to make the decision based on the fighter's safety, and sometimes it's the wrong decision, but what would we be saying if it was the other way around?
The referee did say to me, I can see what you can't, Paul.
Yeah.
You know what he said.
And as well, also, he can also hear what no one can as well because of the breathing. If a fighter's proper, you know what I mean, and he's taking punishment, he knows he ain't going to fight back.
I spoke to Cooper, it was a bit of a chip end, to be fair.
Yeah.
I've never had any animosity or any chew with any fighter before. Before a fight, I'm always nothing but respectful, and even afterwards, you know what I mean. Fucking hell, chat to kill each other, nothing but respectful.
I know if he lost, his emotions would be high only.
Straight away, he was like, "Fight shouldn't have been stopped. I was unfit." So I was like, and then he didn't know what he'd been hit with. So I was like, what are you fucking saying to me? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I was unfit as well. Half of me wanted to say, I'm trying to get outside a minute, you daft cunt. But I just thought, I was like, whatever, whenever you're fit, we'll do it again, no problem, do you know what I mean? But
is he still fighting now?
I think he had a couple of fights after me. I seen he did a couple of fights. But do you know what as well? I watched him on the last week when I found out Chris Cooper was on. that took the fight, I watched a couple of his videos and that.
Yeah.
He looked fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He looked good.
Like, I think you'll ever fight again then, or is that right now with being a professional actor and all that of Middlesbrough would?
The head tells me yeah, but my heart says no. But I could do the way around sometimes. I don't know. We spoke about it before, didn't we, Gary? You know what I mean? And I was all for it, and I was.
Well, you were down training me, weren't you?
Yeah.
What did you find when you first came down training? Actually, was it different to what you'd done, or was it? Do you just think it's the same? Or
I'm not just saying. I says this to him. I'm not just saying it because we were sat here at the table, but perfect for me. Perfect for me. Your style is perfect for me because it's
Dutch, innit?
Dutch. I'd never experienced that. It was always. It was always combos and shit like that. But where with this, it was. Everything is to kill. Bang, 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 angle, bang again. Even when you're stepping off, you're still looking for that shot to kill. Do you know what I mean? Everything's through with bad intention. And when I'd come down and done that pad work with you, even though, because everything's bad intentions, even though I was unfit, when I watched the video, I still looked half decent because it was exactly for me. I was meant to do it. If I'm going unfit and doing pitter-patter, fucking hell, I'm and you're knocked. But because everything was just take it down, boom, 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 everything's bang, bang, bang.
Blown.
Yeah. And even though I was unfit, I still looked half decent. They'd done the pads with him as well, and obviously even one of our fighters, it was the same as well. It didn't look too bad, did that? Because everything's bang, bang, bang for my jab, boom, boom.
When you were like training before, were you working the low kick a lot on pads and stuff like that?
You know what? All I drilled was left hook, leg kick. Right hook, left kick. Yeah. That's all I drilled.
Main one,
yeah, it's all I drilled. And I went to my first sparring session in Nathan's. There was like Humphrey Franklin and Perry Goodwin. There was a few decent Will Marston, a few good decent lads in there. And it was just that. That's all I done. Yeah, bang bang. And I couldn't live with us. No, I couldn't come fucking 5 stone heavy in the lot of them. But it was like bang bang. They couldn't live with us, you know what I mean? They were all technically gifted, like Will Marston, brilliant fighters, just stuff like that, do you know what I mean? I'd done Shark Tank with them there as well, so towards the end they were just fucking battering us, do you know what I mean? It was hard work. But that's all I drilled. And how Alan drilled that with me, just a left hook, right leg kick, right hook, left kick, do you know what I mean? Worked perfect for me, I tell you when it worked perfect. The most frightened I'd ever been, going for a fight, nervous, was Cal Hewitt.
Cal,
because
Dolph London, didn't
I dared of him and all that, and I'd a couple of fights where I was fucking spatting people out and that, but then when he walked in the room and I win, I was like, what the fuck? Because look, I'm short for the weight as it is. Short, I'm not very rangy, and I'm walking you down, and he just had everything, all the tools to beat us. Range, big long legs, fucking. Muscles bulging from everywhere. Fucking hell. He was like a fucking big. He was like Dolph Lundgren.
Like an action figure.
Yeah.
You see things like.
He was a lovely man, as lovely lad him as well. Absolutely, loads of massive respect for him. He's a fucking wicked lad. And I remember going for the weigh-in and just staring at him, and I was like looking at him like that, and I was like, fucking hell. But to take away my nerves, I remember I just went out and touched his 6-pack. I was like. Some beach body that, and we both started giggling, and I thought, well, I like that. Do you know what I mean? We're ready to kill each other tomorrow, and I was a bit gun shy the first round. Because I wasn't usually like that. I wanted to take his head off, and this it worked perfect for me because it was the first ever time. I was precise. I was weighing it up, and I was thinking a lot, and I was comfortable. I was fit, but I was fucking very comfortable, and it was just jab, low kick, inside kick, boom, jab. Even when I got close to him, I sort of took my time. Do you know what I mean? And then he kicked me 4 times and I thought, fucking hell, I can't take no more of them. He just went tip-tap, wallop in my ribs, and I know when you go, and then it went to get, like I was managed, I was alright. I think it was all to do with my fitness, do you know what I mean? I was very durable because I was fit as fuck as well.
Recovery times like that.
Oh, it was mint. And then I remember going back to the first round and he'd walking back, he'd won the rounds. Remember watching him walking back like that, big, muscly, cool motherfucker, wasn't he? And when I'd come out, the second round, that was it. I was just on him like a rash. It was a leg kick. That's what won me that fight against him, the leg kick, because it set me up for the Superman punch when I hit him. And after that fight, that was when I enjoyed the nerves after that. That's when the fighting became
interesting and
very, very
addictive.
fun. Yeah, very fun. It was already addictive, but you got to remember, I was working. Fighting was just a hobby. But when I got that fight for the British title, WSK as well, decent title, isn't it? Yeah. When I got that fight and won that, that's when I just stopped working and I thought, right, K1's now my life. Do you know what I mean? And it was.
And you dedicated your life to it for a good few years, didn't you?
Yeah. About 4, yeah.
And you ended up winning the world title, didn't you?
I won the European ICO, then I won the world title ICO. Yeah. But I mean, did I stop? I think I stopped early, but you know what? I don't even know why I stopped. I know I was getting cortisone injections in my hands. I was having trouble with my hands, I was having trouble with my back. I was
under the phone.
Training all the time.
Yeah,
it's hard on it's hard when you got a family life.
Rock hard.
It's hard, especially if you're working and stuff.
That's it, mate. Do you know what it seems like? Even in the fighting, how disciplined I was and how straight my life was, and things like doing that K1 is on par with watching my kids getting born. It was fucking mint. Best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it is good. So Dave, let's talk a little bit about your fight career and how we got to meet each other, and I'll let you talk unless you want me to tell some stories.
Where do we start?
No, tell his stories.
Can I have about that water, please? Do you want water?
No, man.
Pound you in.
Where do we start? So, memories.
Just how did we?
25.
So we met through my brother, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
So how long ago was 25 years ago? You had your first fight.
Yeah.
You're like a fossil now, aren't you?
23 years ago, 1997. I had my first fight.
1997.
I had my first fight for my regiment, just boxing, and then I battered everyone in my regiment on the regiment tournament, and then from there I went and boxed for the army for 3 years. Racked up about 20 fights altogether, tournaments around the world, and then left the army. Then I started learning Valley Judo.
How old when you joined the army?
I was 17.
17
in 1995, and then 2003 I came out. I'd left the army with a guy called Kevin Capel, who's now he's got his own Gracie Academy down in Middlesbrough, which is he's like he rubs shoulders with the Gracies. He's like he goes for tea with them in Brazil, and when he goes to Brazil on holiday, goes to their house, trains with them. That he's like he was doing jiu-jitsu before he even went mainstream in this country. But he went down the jiu-jitsu route because we were also doing Valley Judo, which was where I learnt my kicks. I was already boxing, so I had my hand skills, my footwork and everything. Yeah. And the kicks came with the Valley Judo. Yeah. Then my marriage broke down there, and then I came up here, 2006, and then met you through your mic at work. Came down to your first gym down on
it was in
Thornaby Triangle,
it was about the size of a 40.
He's still going there now, and he's Sean Cofer, isn't it?
The dungeon,
The dungeon, doing the jiu-jitsu in there. We had that little room, didn't we?
I don't know if it was dungeon then, I don't know, I can't remember.
No, it was just his own thing,
just a
wasn't it?
building,
Yeah, and then just went from there, just from 2006, that's when I started.
So you've been with me then from more or less from my start, from more or less. You weren't one of my first, because there was guys before you. I used to have another gym before that.
Yeah, I came with you when you'd set up in Cookies.
Because I used to have another one above like a garage. It was tiny. It was about the size of a 16-foot boxing ring. I had fucking camper bed mats on the floor, fucking nailed on. So I had them, but couldn't afford the mats I've got out there now.
But there's only 3 of us fighting. What was it, Brawler?
Brawler, the name was actually called Brawler. My gym wasn't even called Contender. It was
called Brawler.
So
what we were doing was just go around brawling.
So it's right up my street, that.
There's only 4 of us, weren't there? 4
people, And
then it started there, 2006, and then 14 years later, I'm now retired.
Just grew,
Living the dream.
Living the dream. On podcasts and that.
Valent and detailing. That's what we're focusing now.
That's it.
We've had some good trips, haven't we? Up and down the country.
Yeah. Talk what 12 years, 10, 12 years of fighting.
Couple of the King of the Ring shows were good. You've been on, weren't they? They were good at the time.
Is that what Dan Hardy fought on?
Dan Hardy used to fight
and everything. They used to fight on them. Yeah.
Paul Daly, Sean Lomas used to fight on him.
All of them. It was like a big show years and years ago. Yeah.
That was the first show I'd ever. I've only ever been knocked out once in my career. And
Nash was one of the promoter of that. He was one of the guys that gave me to make me want to be a fight promoter.
Him who done King of the...
I would say so, yeah. I liked his... I liked the way he done his shows.
he was good.
But then obviously I thought, I want to do it better. I'm a perfectionist in everything I do. So the time I put into things, even building stuff, I'm a nightmare, even with anything. I know me and Rob, they decided to do the podcast. He was like, oh, we'll just just do it anywhere, like against the wall or whatever people say. And I was like, no, fuck that. It needs to be fucking look right.
Yeah.
Get it right. Yeah, it's going to be now like this. Even
thing is with Nash's,
this is a good start.
It was just, with Nash's shows, they were just raw. It was just a show full of fighters who were there. Because back in the day, before social media and all that, fighting was fighting, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you'd have, he was like one of the first shows who'd have a woman with a camera. I tell you who it was, Kruger, is it Kruger? Who does IFL TV?
IFL, yeah.
Kruger, that Asian bloke, he was doing King of the Rings interviews and that, and like, you felt like a star, do you know what I mean? You had your lights on you and you were getting interviews and that. Yeah. Before all social media and that, I was like, oh yeah, mint this. But all the fighters on there were just fighting, weren't it? That's all it was. Yeah. None of the bullshit, like, it was just fighting. And that bloke who knocked me out, he went and he had another fight after me on the same night. We were like, fucking hell, that was the standard. You were like, good him. Like,
did he win as well after that?
Yeah, he won that one as well.
Yeah, he won both. Yeah. I'm sure, Dave's original opponent had pulled out, and when we got down there...
Was that the Armenian, like a big foreign...
European champion, weren't he?
World champion.
World champion, yeah. So anyway, he came down, he's a professional boxer.
K1 as well, or?
No, he was kickboxing at the time, he's a professional boxer. And
he used to fight on Eurosport and that.
Yeah, his opponent had pulled out, and they were like, oh look, we've got this other guy. He was already on the card fighting somebody else. So they knew it was a risk, he might have got injured or knocked out fighting in anyone.
It'll have been about that one, a quick break.
Yeah, so then obviously Dave jumped in with him, and you were doing well, weren't you?
4 days
and then you got
I was winning the fight. I was beating him. I was up on points because that was my style. Weren't I? I was always busy, always about the points.
Yeah, watch that.
I didn't carry power, but what I did carry was good footwear, and I was good at getting out the way of shots and countering, and I used to rack the points up, and I was winning on points. I knew in my head, I've got you here. I fucking got you.
Yeah.
Mate, that's the difference between someone who's world champion and someone who isn't. Because must have been about 8 seconds left of the fight.
Precision of the shot.
Just went bang. Well, I remember this picking myself up off the canvas, like getting up, going, "Fuck, I need to get on my feet here. I'm going to lose the count." He's already gone to changing rooms. Gaz and that's there. I've got a mask on, and fucking the bag on it and that. I'm like, oh fuck, I need to get up. Mate, I didn't even count. You stay there. I sat on a stool and that, and I was like, fucking hell, what happened there? Fucking knocked me clean out. I was like, woo, first time ever.
Yeah.
Surreal feeling that.
What weight did you fight? What weight was it?
I think I was 76 or something.
Was it about 76 that year?
See them weights.
They can hit hard and they've got speed.
Yeah, but
78 kilo.
I watched a few of his fights, and them weights. It's like who's out working who. Do you know what I mean? Who's the busiest? Who's out working? And with Dave, it was always a it was non-stop, absolutely non-stop.
Yeah.
You know, where you watch the heavyweights, it's more like plodding, boom, boom, boom. In fact, they're very. Got to be careful with the energy, with the fucking. You know what I mean? Very rare you come across a heavyweight who's so fucking busy, especially in K1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you had a lot of years out, didn't you? And then he came back and
3 years when I need, didn't I?
He started fighting again, and then he ended up fighting for the promotions title, didn't he? The British title. He ended up fighting for that.
Scott McHugh,
yeah. That was a good. He trained hard for that though. He
came back. He's a good fighter, isn't he?
How old were you when you fought?
40.
40. Yeah. So you just turned 40. You went through a bad time. Honestly, a few days before the fight, your lass's mum died, didn't she?
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
And I was actually training for a warm-up fight, weren't I? And then I had done my bicep tendon, didn't I? I had an operation on that, and then I fought Scott. But honestly, best advice I'd give to anybody training for any fight, just focus on your training.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else. Focus on your training.
Yeah.
Get into that mindset. 8 weeks, twice a day, religiously, doing nothing else. just focusing on that one fight with your training, doing everything right, and that fight, you will win it.
He was in here with me easy 2 or 3 days times like a week. I mean a day, and then he was like easy. I would say 5-6 days a week sometimes. Like different times he was PTing. He was coming to the classes, coming to the sparring, like being busy, coming to the fitness classes.
Privates nearly every morning. Because I had sponsors did
nearly every day. Yeah, nearly every day.
That's how it's got to be, innit? Gyms.
Eating all the right foods, weren't you?
And I went into that fight feeling like I've never.
Because there was sometimes years ago.
Hard, fight easy, innit?
I used to have Dave fighting for me years ago, and there would be sometimes like he'd fucking fight and he'd be like proper fatigued in the fight, and I'd be like, what the fuck? And he's like, but I knew he like at the time he was fucking not on the right path really. He was partying all the time. He'd be like eating the wrong foods. He'd be like having a fucking Donna pizza before. He would fight but not tell me, you know what I mean? Or he'd go out partying, take whatever.
2 days before.
And he'd just like rock up to the fight. Still turn up and fight, but it's not the way, is it? That's not the way.
No,
100%
so, because you have to think if you were your own son.
But see then, it's only when you start getting beat and your ego starts getting deflated, you then start thinking about, hang on a minute, I need to start changing shit here. But when you've got no guidance, I only had you, that was it, man. I had no one else in my life, no guidance, nothing, so I thought this is the way really. I was fucking train whatever, do whatever, turn up on a fucking Saturday or something.
You were around the, I don't know if it was said this is around the wrong people, but you weren't around
the right people.
No. Yeah, I'm not saying you're around the wrong people, but you weren't around the right people.
Well, I still had a good career. I was Contender.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I had what 22 fights I had for you.
Yeah.
No, what you got to respect about people like Dave is fight anyone, anywhere.
Yeah, he would fight anyone at any time as well.
That is a fighter, fighting man.
When was it
You got to respect that.
2007 or 8. Who was it who come down? Leaf Taggart's manager went at the time. 2008 came down on a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And what was it? Chris
Jansen.
Is he from York?
Sheffield.
No,
Sheffield, weren't he?
No.
Who's from Sheffield?
Rich Cadden.
Rich Cadden.
He was from Sheffield, but he came down, and I was in Fighters Only. Was it Fighters only?
Fighter, something like
Fighter,
that.
proper magazine, because there was no social media then. It was all like magazines and that. Full 2-page spread on me for being the most active kickboxer in the country, and I was sessioning, I was doing all sorts. I was just racking up like 3 days notice. Worcester, where's that? I'll turn up and fight.
When I was doing that unlicensed boxing,
Yeah.
I was I had you know what they are, slinkies. I had a slinky in my training bag. So when I'd be in the changing rooms waiting for a fight, sometimes you're waiting 2 or 3 hours. I'd keep going to the toilet and having slinkies. Like skunk. So you put weed in, bag bomb. And then I would just sit there eating sweets. Just stoned out my head eating sweets. Oh shit, only a minute. Then you look at your picture there, Bruce Lee. You look at your picture there like that. That's what I was having, like 4 or 5 buckets, me.
Yeah.
Not before me fight. And then they'd come and I'd be like proper stoned out. Because I wouldn't, see, it was different, something different. I'd never experienced it. Where you sat in this changing room waiting for someone to knock fuck out you, or you're going to knock fuck out with them. I got fear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, on the streets, I was making a bit of a name of myself. Just going, you what, mate? Bang.
Yeah.
Which was a foolish way to do it, but I can't change my past. But that's what I was doing. And then all of a sudden, I'm fighting. Sat in the change room waiting to fight some cunt. I'm thinking, I'm not used to this. So I thought, right, tell you what, I done it once, and the fucking nerves was rife. I thought, fucking hell, there was a fire exit door. I remember kept looking at it thinking, that looks nice, that.
I'm going to run out of that.
Yeah. So I started just smoking a load of weed in the changing rooms and that. Just, I mean, there were no licensed boxing. No one was fucking going to be bothered. And I would just sit there storing out my head. And then they'd come in and go, right, Venis, you're on in 10 minutes. So I would go, right, so. Now I would jump up, hit the pads, get nervous, adrenaline take over. All of a sudden my stoners would go. Then I'd just go in the ring and fight someone. It wasn't really that fucking good, to be fair. It was always someone who was just fought who hard, similar to me, but I was winning all the time.
Yeah.
It was fucking mad. When I fought that Wes Smith for a Britain's Hardest Dorman, by the way, never stood the doors. I did do the doors a little bit, but not properly. I fought a Britain's Hardest Dorman title. I was on Yenka for 3 weeks. I swear to God, I'd not slept for like 6 days or something like that. I'd been sectioned in and out up in Rosebery Park.
Yeah.
I'd been in what it was called St Luke's then. I'd spent 4 days in St Luke's off me fucking tree, fucking backward. Come out, fucking smoke a load of weed, sniff a load of MCAT. I think I ended up I know it's raw. I'm not like this person. No more. I was in a crack house and everything.
Yeah.
And Tony Robbo rang me. Do you want to fight? I was like, yeah, sound. If you're fighting in a couple of weeks, I was like, yeah, sound. Goes down, fights his fucking Britain's hardest Dorman, knocks him out in a minute.
What did you do it for? The money or ego at the time? Or
Both. Cause my head wanted to be the next Lee Duffy, the hardest man in the world. I mean, I used to lift weights and go, look in the mirror and think I was hard as fuck. It was fucking madness.
Yeah.
But it was all that reputation, that ego, pride, bullshit on the streets, that crappy stuff. That means fucking nothing to me now.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's why I got into it. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I was doing all that, and then I was walking out and going on a session, everyone was like, fucking hell, see Venis all over YouTube knocking some cunt out in 10 seconds. It's fucking great, isn't it? No, for on them streets, for being on the streets. Us as fighters here now look at that and cringe and go, what a whopper. Do you know what I mean? Us as, look, we're all trained fighters sat here now. I know I'm a trained fighter now. Yeah. Back then I was just a fucking crank. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Oh, luckily I know I didn't bump into Gary or Dave or a leg kick and I'd be like, oh, fucking hell, what's that all about? But I mean, that's why I'm be forever grateful for this fighting game, for the K1, because it was never too late to discipline me. Once my mindset had changed and I'd put the drugs down and I got enjoying the fellowship and I conquered my addiction, my drug addiction and all that, and then I just slowly become obsessed with K1 and the discipline and the person it made me it made me everything I am today. Do you know what I mean?
It's good to see you've turned your life around.
Yeah.
That's what's good to see. It's good to see, and Dave as well.
Yeah.
I've known Dave.
Look, without fighting, and I'm sure Dave will agree with me, what fighting done for people like me and Dave, who knew them streets and knew what we could do on them streets and what we were like, it was either life in jail or fucking death. Do you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of what we knew and all we've been around, it's like it's just I knew.
It's
for
the
me,
same as fighting. Yeah. Fighting is the same as the streets. It's about levels. It's all it is. It's about levels.
I see people now, like lads out there now who like making a name of themselves on the street and all that. They go, oh look, Van, I'll come down and do some pad work and all that. I'll do a bit of sparring and I'm like, yes, I'll put down. And you look at them and they're going chiseling around and that, and you're like, you fucking doing? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I was probably one of them.
Yeah. And you know what I mean?
The thing that comes with that as well is none of them got any discipline. Yeah. No self-discipline whatsoever. That's why they're spinny rounders.
Spinning around and just fucking head down, closing their eyes, swinging shots. But do you know what? I couldn't imagine my life without K1 now. Do you know what I mean? I think, where the fuck would I be? Do you know what I mean? It's because I can sit and daydream about it all day long. No, you can hear me thinking about my kids or I'm thinking about fighting. Thinking about fighting or I'm thinking about my kids. These days, Dave's got me thinking about fucking cleaning cars now. Yeah. But like my life's a million times better through K1 and fighting game and what I conquered. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just fucking forever be grateful. It'll always be in my heart. I'll always in my head. I'll always think, come back some.
Yeah, you met through the gym, didn't you? Actually met sort of through. To know each other. I know you knew each other well, but you sort of met through the gym, didn't you?
It's a mad story, you know. So. Can we tell it? Shall we tell it?
Sure, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's not a story.
Do you want me to tell it? Do you want me to tell it or you?
All I know is a conspiracy to murder and that's charged somewhere.
No. Do you want me to tell it or you?
Yeah, tell it. Not bothered.
So, in my mad days, my MCAT days, my mad days, I was like a lunatic, like a fucking Raji, fucking sniffing a load of coke and a load of MCAT and looking after drug dealers and collecting money and doing all that shit. So, unbeknownst to me, I'd shouted at Dave. He'd not long been out the forces. I'd pulled up at his house and shouted at him.
You didn't shout, you knocked on my fucking door.
Right.
Well, you didn't shout me in the street, you fucking knocked on the door.
I showed threatening behaviour towards this fucking lunatic in his day. And mad, because I can remember what he's saying, like being with this lad, driving around looking for people. I can't remember being with Dave. Yeah. And anyway, so in his head, I've become this worst enemy, this cunt who he needs to put away because obviously I was all over YouTube, battering people, fucking people. I was making a name for myself. I was known as this fucking Raji on the streets. I was fucking mental. And Dave's thinking, shit, I have to fucking put a bullet in him, I'm going to have to kill him, I'm going to have to do something. Do you know what I mean? So...
But at the time, I was fighting as well for you, weren't I?
Yeah.
Because I'd spoke to Gary about you at the time. I was like, hey, I've had this fucking venom at my house. And you were like, oh, get him down, we'll just have a spar with him and that. And I remember ringing you when I was at work in Gap going, I said, I'll fucking ring him now then. And I rang you. I was like, do you know who this is? You were like, no. I went, the lad who you knocked, the door, lad who's not door you knocked on last night, or what, a couple of days ago, or whatever it was, blah, blah. You're a bit of a fighter, aren't you? Kickboxer and that. Come down and have some sparring then. Because the way this is going, I'm going to end up going to war. Straight away you were like, fucking war? I'll go for. I was like, fuck off, dickhead.
Do you know what it is as well? This is, I can't remember this. Like, I know in my heart 100% this is true because it's me. That was me. So I know it was true. So all of a sudden, like my it's like I'm running round in circles and Dave's going round the other way. Or if he's coming after me, I'm going that way.
Yeah.
Our old paths never crossed after this happened was beyond me. Yeah. Like Dave wasn't even in my head. I didn't know he was. You got to understand. I was shouting at that many people every day. Or threatening that many people every day. It was, I didn't remember him. But in Dave's head, I was coming for him. I was going to kill him. It was him or me.
Yeah.
So we walked into a site. I didn't know Dave was there. To be fair, walked in a site safety passport with my dad, doing a site safety passport, and I only know this now because he's told me this story.
I was with John.
Anyway, he's went shit. I'm unaware. I remember John being there and being with someone, but couldn't. No. So anyway, Dave never turned up the next day.
Big classroom. I goes in there the first day. I was like, oh shit. I was like, no, like not even wanting to make eye contact.
But again, I'm sat there, didn't have a clue. So anyway, when I walked in here, guys, that day, like fucking, it was only beginning of last year, 2 years ago, when I walked in here, started training me and that, and Dave was here. I was like, all right, guys, all right. And he was a bit of a quick hunter for him. Because I went, all right, mate. He went, yeah, all right. And fucked off straight away. Yeah. Walked to the back of the room and all that. And then was like looking at us. And I could see him looking at me and that. And I was thinking, it's a quick cunt. And I just got in the gym, got in the bags and started doing the bags yoga. And then I went up, made a bit of an effort to talk to him. Yeah. And he started talking to me. Everything was all right with about jellies and stuff. And I thought, right, sound. So I started following him on Instagram. His fucking Instagram was mental. His fucking Instagram was off it. No, like, but you got to remember, guys, like, I've given my life to God. I'm a Christian now, do you know what I mean? I'm on the right path. I'm in the right frame of mind. I'm a fucking good lad. And everything's, like, right. And anyway, so I looks at his Instagram. And his Instagram's fucking rife with corruption and police and fucking blah, blah, blah. And I fell for him because I thought, his head must be pickled. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I messaged him. How we doing, bro? Fucking blah, 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 blah. One thing led to another. Next thing you know, I think I said to you, didn't I, go and disprove the Bible or like, you don't believe in God or something like that, do you know what I mean? And next thing you know, he's messaging me 2 weeks later, I need to meet you, I need to come meet you. And I was like, yeah, Sam. I'm thinking this is the first time I'd ever met him in this gym. Yeah. You need to meet me somewhere. I went, why? Come to my house. He went, no, I'm not telling you in your house. I went, why? He went, I don't know how you're going to react. So I went, what do you mean? He went, well, I don't know how you're going to react. I went, is it about my past? He went, yeah. I went, past is a past, so come to my house, mate. Come to my house, no problem. So he come, and he was a bit quirky, and he was a bit like, and like, he was a bit strange to be around, you know what I mean? Because he was like, as if he was always on edge, and he was like ready, and no, he was a bit funky, weren't you? Like, cuckoo. Yeah. Well, I go, sit down, mate. So he sits down and that. And then he told me this, like what I've just been telling you about, and I was like, fucking hell, Dave. And he's like, no, but like, I believe in God, bro. Like, what made you mention God to me, then? You, in my head, you were my worst enemy. I was thinking about fucking killing you. Like, I thought it was even, he went, I can't believe it. Like, I'm sat at your table, what's going on? And it was fucking it was like my hair's standing up now. It was fucking mad. Yeah. It was mental. And I thought, that is fucking off it. Who's got to give him a hug and that, and we've fucking been brothers ever since, you know what I mean? Best of me.
Ended up moving next door.
Next door to me now.
Next door. And you knocked the door through, so you live in each other.
We just take the panel off the fence. So, I mean,
it's just crazy because we've gone. It's like our paths should have crossed
in them days when
hundreds of times, man.
But it never.
So really, you used to owe me your life.
Maybe he's or
a foot massage on the.
Yeah. But I just think it was a miracle how we never. Because I mean, he was best mates with people who I was bothering with, and you know, he was in places where I was going, but for some reason we never ever. Because you can imagine in them days, Dave being who he was, raged, and imagine he'd seen me and bumped into me. what would have happened? Do you know what I mean? We would have never been here. But the fact that it was written in the stars that he was never meant to, then all of a sudden, we're inseparable now. Do you know what I mean? I'm with him more than fucking with my wife. Do you know what I'm saying? It's fucking mad. Fucking him upstairs, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, from that.
Do you want to talk a bit about your business?
Yeah. I'll let Dave do that because he's the expert around it all. I'm just still learning.
Right, well.
Look at the smile on his face. The smile on his face.
Business.
Yeah, come on, tell me.
Valeting and detailing. You know yourself, Gary. I had my old detailing company in Valeting.
Was it more valeting that? Was it detailing?
It was more valeting.
Yeah. I know you'd done the odd few, didn't you?
But then I got a unit, didn't I, to do the detailing out in Skelton, and then that just went tits up because of where it was just out of the way of everyone, and it was hard to get business.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when you and Andy Liddell came, didn't you? Andy Liddell.
Yeah.
Remember when you turned up? My flipping. I had a Cransell jet wash, top of the range Cransell jet wash.
Yeah.
And because these were talking, and I wasn't with it, because when I'm always I always get in the zone, do you know what I mean? I don't like people talking, these were talking to me, and so I fucking melted all my finger, remember? The rubbish bag was in it, I melted all the plastic around my finger, I was like, oh no.
Mate, we're talking about the business, the positive stuff. We're not talking about your mistakes. Fucking on a podcast, mate.
No, he
We're fucking fantastic, by the way, people. Ignore that. I wasn't working with him then. He's better now.
That was
what the hell? He's talking about telling about your business. Yeah, I was burning this, I was burning that.
Fucking pressure washer, he wrecked my pressure washer since that day. I was like,
so the car was alright.
I didn't doubt wrong
right,
with the car.
Good.
Just me fucking
so he's blaming me for breaking his pressure washer for talking to him.
So I was like, you know what?
Talking to him.
Don't want you nowhere near my fucking graft no more. That's why I'm like, I am with people when they can talk, you know, like, fuck off.
When he went, you were with me for about an hour or two.
Yeah.
And he come back, I hadn't done fuck all, I just done talking to you. He's like, bro? I was like, oh, Gaz is full.
Didn't I buy you dinner?
Yeah, you did actually.
We had fucking jab cross up.
Yeah, we played jab cross up.
I'm fucking running around, fucking stressed.
Oh, it was funny how he stressed that day, wasn't it?
Sacking people, you're fucking sacked.
Wasn't that a new contract you just got as well?
Yeah.
And that day and things fucked up for you.
Oh, it was funny though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I the way I am now is I laugh and I giggle, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. This is a new obsession for us now. You know, like, we treat anything like fighting. You know, if we love it, we'll be obsessed with it, and we'll 100% will go into it.
Yeah. So what's the difference between a valet and what's the difference between a full valet and detailing?
You get your car polished to a very high standard, because if you look at a car, and it gets decontaminated as well, because when you take a car to get valeted, it doesn't get decontaminated, it just gets washed. So everything that's stuck in that clear coat, the lacquer that's over your paintwork, everything's still embedded in that.
Yeah.
So we've got to properly decontaminate it. And after the decontamination, that's when your car's paintwork, under lights, you'll see how crap it really
all
is.
the imperfections.
All
and all we do
swirl
is
marks.
we get the imperfections out. All the paintwork.
Make the paint perfect again. And then what we do is we put on a ceramic coating, which is like a screen protector for your phone, but for your car, which will then protect it. All our polishing work, so your car's shining, will be protected underneath that.
So is there any difference to the inside, or is it mainly the outside of the vehicle?
It's mainly the outside, but the inside, mate, we've got Creed, Car Smelly, Savage.
Yeah, you should have brought them.
We've got all of
Juicy food, the bubble gum.
I'd have pinched them.
Oh, here. Right. His favourites, out of all them smells there, what's his favourite one? Leather. A leather smell. He's a fossil, mate. He's a fossil.
I love leather.
I like the new car smell, like the new car smell.
Got this.
Mate. Oh, what do you want, Savage? I'll have that leather smell, please, mate.
Yeah, but not as an aftershave. I wouldn't say I'll have a leather smell.
Yeah, he's spraying never in the car. I go behind him and start spraying Savage behind it, or fucking Creed. I'm like, get that out.
I love leather smell.
So is the business going well? Because how long's it been going now?
Well, look,
started in June.
You as a business owner, anyone with a business owner, like from what we've known, is sometimes for the first year you're never going to turn a profit over. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you, if anything. We've been lucky enough to be open for 4 months, and yet it's not cost us. We've always made the overheads. We're picking up now. The work speaks for itself. So what we're doing is we're finally making a profit back a month. now. You know what I mean? Not much, but we're making it. We're getting the cars through the door. The Instagram and the Facebook is building up because of the works, the videos that we're posting and the work that's on there. It speaks for itself. So, you know, it's starting to pick up now.
I've been at this for what? Going into my 6th year now. So where's the camera? I'm pretty shit at what I do.
And to be fair, mate, look, it's a £3,500 course to go on to do the valeting and the detailing, to use machine polishing, to use the ceramic coating. Yeah. It's not peanuts, you know what I mean? You've got to be well trained to do it.
Well, you've done a bit of valeting yourself, haven't you, Gaz?
We're both well trained. We've both paid the money. We're both well trained. We're trained by East Reap Academy, Ultramax Ceramics.
We're credited, being credited off Ultramax and that. But what I was going to say is there, like, see, like when you were doing valeting, Gary, if it was a BMW, weren't it? You and Bowley and all them, you were young then, weren't you?
Yeah.
Very young. Now this is the type of work we do. These young valeters who are working for like BMW and that. When someone goes to buy a brand new car, you expect that car to look like shit hot and brand new. Yeah. Now what people fail to forget is these cars are coming from Germany on a ship. Then they get put on a road transporter, took to a garage. So they've already had all that fallout and shit out the air, attached brake dust and that off the motorways and crap, attached to the paintwork. Now that car then goes to a dealership, gets sold to a customer. Oh, the customer's coming in 2 days. Here, Jack, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, the valeter. Yeah. He's the best. All his mates bigging him up, shit hot valeting him. Really is shit. Doesn't give a damn about BMW cars and that. He's on, no disrespect, he's not on the best of money because he's only 17. He's not going to give a fuck about his car. Yeah. All he wants to do is get home, doesn't he? So he's then washing his valet in his car, goes to the customer, it's just full of swell marks and that, and then that's where we come in and take all them defects out and make the car look how it looked when it first left the factory. And that's what we're about. That's the difference between a valet.
What's that you putting on there?
Just isopropyl, panel wise.
Put some ceramic on my world champion belt, mate.
Who's the boss then?
He's got a cup.
I've got a big mug says the boss.
Does that mean you're the boss?
Right. Well, in my experience of working with bosses, they sit and watch, don't they?
That's what he does.
Demonstrate here, look.
I'm boxed off.
Bit of leather.
Nah,
well, is this his air freshener?
Bit of leather.
Bit of leather.
Leather max.
This is the ceramic.
Just for leather, yeah. Specifically.
Ceramic for leather. So we can do ceramic the inside of the cars, but with the leather chip, the leather seat.
Doesn't smell like leather. That's not the leather smell.
Strong that. Does it stay shiny or does it dry in?
Waterproof, shiny, yeah, unreal. Like a sealer. It's like
that's what it does, seals it, yeah.
Like a top, more. I'll start putting some on my trainers.
This? On your trainers?
See my trainer collection. You've got a decent one, haven't you? Even trainer collection.
Alright, yeah, alright. Yeah. All the same now.
Oh, I've got a fucking absolutely mental
270s, Nike 270s, that's it, I think.
I've started buying the OTNs now.
Have you?
Been getting them
You
imported from
love trainers, don't you, more than me?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Which ones have you got today?
TNs, mate.
TNs. Yeah.
They've
still got the brand new signs underneath on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've still got the Manchester signs underneath.
Sure, we had that.
Yeah, so I'd like to point out as well our business is called D&P Valeting and Detailing. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, website at www.
What do you think of these? I've got done actually.
www.dpvaletinganddetailing.co.uk.
My honest opinion, I like the way yours is lovely and clear and everything, and ours is just all blade and a lot of shite.
What you have to think is how good Contender is to any other company, so you can never compete with me.
Look at that.
I suppose.
And then, watch the waterproof. See how that just rolls off.
Look at that.
Do that. Do it on your side.
So it goes on his pants.
Look at that.
Look at that.
All over Gaz's
wrecking my table.
Look at that. The waterproof, mate. Whoa!
Get that off my poster.
clean my belt, look.
So guys, know what I'm going to do now?
What are you going to do now?
You've both had a little game of this already, haven't you?
Yeah.
So
I've never lost on it yet. I beat you as well, didn't I?
just wipe that water there, please, Dave.
Didn't I beat you at it in the unit?
No, you never beat me. I'm the undisputed jab cross hook. Never been beat at this game. I've had me kicked in fights, but not this.
How many fights you had, cuz?
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro K1?
Well, mixed between other fights, and I've had like mat fights and
I was telling Paul the other week about that injury.
Oh, which one when I snapped my
The
jaw?
fucking worst one,
Yeah, that was fucking brutal, that.
That's the worst injury I've ever
I've
seen.
got a picture actually, I'll show you at the end.
Oh,
In
man.
fact, it's on my Insta when I
man.
horrible. So, do we know the rules of this or what?
Yeah. Jab beats cross, cross beats hook, hook beats jab.
Yeah.
Dave beats Paul.
Dave beats ball.
So,
You know what? When we played this game earlier on, I felt like making a comeback in the fight.
what, only in cards?
You know what?
Calling people out but playing them with jab cross hook.
I want to play this with, what's his name? K. Samosa.
You want to play this with Kate?
Eye him up and that.
Yeah.
See what he says.
Right, Dave, you red corner. Paul, you blue. So you know the rules, don't you?
Well, aye.
What is it then? Tell me.
7 cards.
Yeah.
Jab beats cross, cross beats hook, hook beats jab.
Yeah.
Counter punch takes a KO.
Yeah.
KO card wins the round.
Yeah. Let's go then, boys.
I bet Dave couldn't have told you the rules there.
Dave doesn't even know the rules even now.
I'm a rule breaker.
So count 7 cards out, guys. Jab beats cross, cross beats hook, hook beats jab. Counter punch beats the jab cross or the hook. So guys, our podcast is sponsored by the Jab Cross Hook game. It's going to be available to buy very soon on Amazon. You ready?
It's just getting that in your head. Jab beats cross. Cross beats jab.
No, cross beats hook.
Hook beats jab.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go then.
Jab cross hook.
Oh, draw. Pick up.
Jab
Let's go,
cross
come
hook.
on. Yes.
Hook beats jab.
Yeah, hook beats jab. That's Dave. Grab a KO card.
Pick your teeth up.
Hey. Jab cross hook.
Hook beats cross.
This is just too easy, man. Right. Jab cross hook. Hook beats cross.
Hook beats cross, Dave. Yeah, you're winning. Why are you picking that one up?
Get up. I got a lotto to give you.
Right. Jab cross hook.
Wasted.
One each then.
Yeah, because guys, when they put a counter punch, you just pick up, yeah. When they put a counter punch card down, there's only 2 of them in each deck, and then that's wasted. Normally, the counter punch beats the KO card because it beats the jab cross or the hook.
Jab cross hook.
Draw, pick up. When it's a draw, you both pick up.
Jab cross hook.
Ooh,
Hooks beat jab.
beats jab. Next one wins the round.
Jab cross hook.
He's won. Oi!
I just played it straight away.
Outsmarted him, didn't you? Like you do in a fight.
Yeah, but-
Let them think they're winning, but they're not.
Yeah, but where's that KO card? Put it under there, you cheating
That
bastard.
one goes in there. The T.
Can't use that
use that
again.
again.
There's only one of them in there, isn't there?
Only one of them in the deck, yeah. And then so Dave can't use that again now. The total knockout card that goes in there. The KO cards go back in the deck, and then reshuffle if you shuffled them. So you've got 7.
4, 6, 7.
So normally, guys, when we play this, it's to win a round you have to win 3 of these KO cards, but to win a fight you have to win 3 fights. Yeah, normally. We're just gonna have another round now, though. Who won when you played it when we started the show?
Hey.
You, yeah. Right.
I think you as well. You were lying. I don't want to defeat on it.
You never beat me.
Right.
Jab
cross hook.
Oh, jab beats cross.
Jab cross hook.
No. Dave, you never even picked the KO card up.
Yeah, no, you can't pick it up now, no, can you? Put it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wasted his time now. You should,
can't pick it up now.
that's the thing, like, you've missed your goal.
Right.
Jab cross hook. Jab cross hook.
Cross beats hook. No! How do you not know? You played it loads.
Kill.
Jab cross hook.
Hook beats jab.
Jab cross hook.
Counter punch. He's got it. I counted your card wrong now, I think. I said it.
Jab cross hook.
Drop.
Jab cross hook.
Oh, hook piece jab. He's the
Jab
best.
cross hook.
Oh, you see his card. Yeah. Counter punch. Counter punch takes their KO card. Oh, there you go. Bossed you. He bossed you. So one apiece. Before we close it up, do you want to tell us a bit how you got the movie role with playing Lee Duffy and how that came about and how it is to play that? And if you want to take it any further, also the acting.
Yeah, one of them as well. What are you doing? Because you're 7 minutes off.
No, 5 minutes I need to wait. What? I was sat at home just before last Christmas, and I got a phone call saying they're making a Stephen Sayers film, a Sayers movie, the old gangsters from Newcastle and stuff. And obviously Lee Duffy was friends with them. Lee Duffy, I knew all the stories when I was growing up about Lee, and he was going to Newcastle, wiping 4 and 5 doormen out at the time, walking in pubs and looking for Viv Graham. And anyway, the story as it is, there was 150 people auditioning for the Lee Duffy. They couldn't really get no one. And I knew the young Sayers twins, they are Jack and Tony, and they said, look, we know a lad from South Bank, fighting lad, which used to tell us stories about Lee. He was in the same town. Yeah. You know, he looks apart. He might do it. So they give him a number and they rang me. I thought it was just a fucking wind up.
Wind up, yeah.
So, yeah, whatever, mate. Do you want to be in a movie playing Lee Duffy? Fuck off, man.
Did they just ring you like that?
Rang me and went, hello, this is so-and-so, Steve Rafe, I think it was. He was a movie producer, and he says, right, we're working with the guy who done Train Spotting and won BAFTAs and this, that, the other. We'd like you to play Lee Duffy in a film.
You're like, look, with Jeremy Beadle.
I was like,
isn't that?
Shut up, man. Boom, put the phone down, messaged me saying, no, I've been serious, bring me back. So he rang me, he said, look, we're making a film about the Sayers. Lee Duffy's a massive part of the Sayers movie. Would you like to play him? They went, yeah. He said, just a quick question, is this you on YouTube? I went, yeah. Fighting and that. He went, yeah. He went, you still look like that, Paul. I was full of fucking parmos and pork pies. I was about fucking 20 stone. I went, no, mate, do I fuck? I said, I've been retired for like 3 or 4 years, mate. I said, I'm a fucking mess at the moment, mate. He went, really? I went, yeah. He went, we need you at 17 stone. I went, when's the movie? He went, possibly next year, on about this year.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck's sake. I built my own gym at my back, started training like a lunatic, fucking dieting, fucking cut parmos out. Lost a bit of weight anyway, got down to 18 stone. And fucking with all this COVID shit and what's happening, let's put it back till next year. But I wasn't asked anyway because I can just slowly maintain those bit of weight, hence the reason why I'm doing a bit of fasting every now and again, which is 16-hour fasting. I have my last meal about 9:30, 10 o'clock and I don't eat till 2 o'clock today, which is I've got 5 minutes to eat a donut.
So have you been have you done any filming at all for it?
Went down to Newcastle, we done bits of trailer, bits and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And at first I was like, look, I'm not an actor, what the fuck am I going to do here?
Did you get any training?
No, because he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to act it to play a fighter. He said, it's more raw. He said, what I've heard about you, Ven, he said, he's calling me Ven actually, he said, what I've heard about you is you've been in similar situations to what Lee had done and stuff like that. Yeah. He said, so what I want from you is to play, I want you to give me the role. He said, go play that part in there. You've done a bit of acting and stuff like that. He went, I want you to go in there and play that role. He gave me a bit of a script, but no, he said, you just improvise, say what you want to say, but this is what I want to happen. So he gave me a little bit of a script. He said, go on in. I just flew in, put myself in the old mindset how I used to, and just went for it.
So how did it feel when you like got in I don't know, like in wherever you film with the guys? How did it feel? Like you've never had no acting experience, you rocking up. He's like saying, oh, I just want you to be yourself, basically.
You know what it is? Do you know what it is? It was strange. I'm with actors and I'm watching them act and I'm watching them do this stuff and that. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to be able to do this. This is going to be weird. But you know what? Once you try and try again, it's like I said that. I'll just try. Anything I try is 100%. So I just try and try. It took me about 4 goes and he went, fucking magic. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
No, when you're doing your lines, obviously you get a script.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a script. Do you get that script How long before you do any filming do you get a
Well,
script?
to be fair, it's funny you mention that because all the scripting's done, everything's done.
So have you read the script?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So
what bits have you been filming in?
We just done the trailer, me walking. We've just
the trailer for the movie or the trailer
we've done the trailer for a teaser,
yeah,
and also the documentary is out 29th of this month. I'm
acting. You in that?
I'm acting in that as well, yeah.
And how much
playing Lee Duffy in that as well?
Is there much talking going on in that as well?
I do. I get interviewed about playing Lee Duffy. I get interviewed about my old lifestyle. Now I was, and then they have like the ghost of Lee Duffy walking around Southbank Street, swinging punches and fucking all that stuff, do you know what I mean? So I've done a bit of acting in that as well. So
and how was that?
Sound.
Do you reckon that set you up to do the movie? But also, what you're going to get off that as well, you're going to get feedback off that, and good or bad off people. But it's going to be good for you to know. Well, it's like a practice run, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, look, guys, I would like to. I'm going to give it 100%.
Yeah.
And I could potentially playing a bad guy in a fucking episode, or a bit like fucking, I don't know, something like Lock, Stock or Snatch or something like that. Be a dream come true, but why not reach for that?
Yeah, you have to.
Do you know what I mean? The way I'm built now these days is I'll reach for the stars, no matter what I do.
Yeah, we've got to put a holiday for me.
He's allowed holidays.
I says to him,
he's
listen,
used all his holidays. He's working Christmas.
Yeah, I says to him, listen, Dave, I'm not being funny out, mate, but this year you better spend some quality time with me, mate. Says when I make it big, I'll have no time for the little things.
Be a peasant then, won't he?
Well, look,
if we're bringing his car in, wash it off.
I see me. This is how much I believe in myself. Do you know what I mean? Is I see myself in the next fucking Fast and the Furious beating fucking Dwayne Johnson up, mate.
Yeah.
Be nice.
I see him in the next Fast and Furious detailing the cars, mate.
Okay, now. Well,
All right, Marv. Yeah.
So did like when you got this role, did you like go home and like practice with your missus? You say these lines and I'll do this, like, because obviously just to fucking rock up in a room, it's like now I'm we're talking with people and doing whatever, and I reckon I might be all right at acting.
No.
But did just me rocking up now with all yous, but I don't know yous.
Yeah.
So you don't know no one. You go into this studio or room wherever you go and to play this role, and he's like, oh yeah, you don't really get no acting experience, but basically we just sort of want you to be yourself.
The guy I'm working with, right, is called Guy Fraser. And he's from Scotland. He's got BAFTAs. He worked in Trainspotting too. And he's fucking great. He's great. And the best of it is, he's lived a life like us.
Yeah.
He's from the streets. He's fucking raged. But now he's a well-to-do producer, movie maker, and that. He's fucking brilliant. And he says, I don't want you to practice anything, to do anything, to change the way you are today. So all I want you to do is put yourself in a situation, how I've just explained, and how would Paul act? What would you do? So you just walk in the room, he goes, right, he's saying something you don't like, you're going to go over, you're going to grab him, you're going to do this, you're going to threaten him, you're going to say, get Viv down here now.
Yeah.
Basically, go and do it. So I would just walk in and go, what are you fucking saying there, pal? Come here. Do you know what I mean? And you sort of go put yourself back in that mindset to where you're going, and you...
So it sounds like they definitely want that Middlesbrough, South Bank feel.
They need the lingo. Well, I spoke to the sayers and that, they're like, fucking hell, you sound just like him.
Yeah.
The way you are, the way you talk and that, do you know what I mean? It's like, you're just like him.
Yeah.
It's just fucking mad. But then what Gary wants is, he doesn't want me as an actor. He wants me as real as possible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if I'm walking up to these doormen and I'm going, like, for example, from what I've heard, Lee's pulled up, walked out. All right, mate, is Viv about? No. Bum.
Yeah.
Fucking good night. Ta-da. Walking in the pub, taking the fucking mic off the door, off the DJ and going, get Viv here now. Telling the Duffers in town.
Yeah.
And walking at the next pub. So he doesn't want me to learn that. Doesn't want me to act that. So if I put myself in a situation where I think, I could do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Paul Venis could do that. So you walk and you go, oh, man, boom. Yeah. Boom, in.
So
that's how he wants it. That's two. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's how
I'd be a good actor, mate.
You'd be terrible, mate. You would be terrible.
You're alright, Gary!
He said,
fucking over monkeys!
He sent me a video, said, did I need a gear stick? Started doing that. I was fucking crying.
Well, guys, it's been great having you on. It's been great to hear you and your stories. So we'll probably get you back on and that, know what I mean? So we're just starting out ourselves. And I'm just, we're trying to get one out a week for now, like with different people. But guys, this podcast is sponsored by Jab Cross Hook. Like I say, guys, this game is going to be for sale the end of November. So if you want to grab this, you can message the Jab Cross Hook game on Instagram or Facebook, guys. And it's going to be for sale on Amazon.
And don't forget D&P Valet and Detailing.
Yep.
Get your free keyring.
Free keyring. So do you want to shout anybody out before we go, guys? Thank yous.
I want to thank Peter Greggs, the nonce who's in jail for these donuts.
Jamie Boyle is writing a new book about Southbank's very own, a very Southbank story.
Yeah.
I think you can pre-order that now on Amazon. I'm the voice of the Southbankers and the Duffy stories and stuff like that. A bit about myself as well. Not much because I'm hoping to do a book after the film and stuff like that. And go follow the Paul Venis actor page on Facebook. And
follow our page as well.
D&P Valet as well, yeah. Yeah, through me, wasn't it?
So we'll see you next week, guys. Thanks.
Thanks for having us, Gab.
Cheers.